Thank you for listening to the latest Book Depths and Insight podcast. The School of Life wrote and Alain de Botton edited Anxiety, Meditations on the Anxious Mind. This small book on anxiety will be released in June 2020. It explains why, how, and how to handle it healthily. This book uses philosophy, psychology, and humor to help people understand and manage anxiety. It promotes self-awareness and peace. The beginning. Anxiety. The School of Life will examine anxiety as a human condition shaped by evolution, society, and personal history by 2020. It discusses anxiety symptoms like trauma, self-hatred, and social interaction. Stress can be managed by developing basic trust, becoming more stoic, finding solace in friendship and community, simplifying life, and accepting the unknown. Overcoming anxiety requires a major mindset shift. You may have to ignore social pressures to focus on yourself and meaningful relationships. Could we be more? What more could we be? This section makes it hard to imagine people not being worried. Large, unknown hazards can threaten our peace of mind, and we are open to many things. The sources offer several reasons why anxiety seems normal. Our world is full of ambition, chaos, and fear. Despite our body's preference for simplicity, we navigate large, technologically advanced cities. Our bodies are fragile and could break at any time. We must often make life-changing decisions without knowledge or a clear future. Experiencing chaos and trauma during childhood can create lasting memories even before we learn to walk. Sometimes we don't have time to get to know ourselves or see our smallness. The media seems to block hope and kindness while inciting anxiety and rage. In relationships, we want to be honest, but fear pain. Having children means our happiness depends on their performance, but we cannot protect them from negative events. You fear losing despite your desire to win, because mistakes or bad behavior at work can quickly damage your reputation. Our imaginations constantly remind us of what we lack, what could go wrong, and past mistakes. Despite many frightening dangers, some people simply advise us to relax, as if it were simple and not something we must do forever. The article advises us to learn more about our concerns, develop beneficial habits, and spread them to others to reduce stress and enjoy life. Still, the article suggests that we should learn more about our concerns, develop good habits, and teach them to others to reduce stress and enjoy life. Pressure and change. According to the reports, the mind and body are amazing engineering, but their many design flaws cause our unhappiness and dysfunction. Some machines in our lives are riddled with flaws that cause anxiety. Due to evolution, we are unsuitable for modern life. The coccyx, wisdom teeth, male nipples, and appendices are no longer needed. There are mental analogies to ancient concepts. Our minds are too sensitive to our pasts. So many adults struggle with childhood issues, since it brings back memories of strict people. Judging ourselves can make us unkind. We can't think well. We get anxious easily, ignore important ideas, seek distraction, and struggle to define ourselves and our motivations. Some dangers, like not being thankful for what we have, cause us excessive concern, blurring the line between real and imagined threats. We spend years trying to impress strangers and worrying about how others see us, as if we were still in small groups where rumors matter. Our happiness expectations are too high. When we don't get rich or married happily, we're depressed. Our protests often challenge the statistical norm. We're addicted to food, alcohol, pornography, and couch-sitting. Sex is less important than other issues. Fear and anger may have helped us survive, to avoid being eaten by tigers. So we're always unhappy. This implies we miss good times. The phrase living in the moment is too idealistic and harsh. Philosophies, psychotherapy, and self-reflection help us manage our wonky minds. Medicine, nutrition, and exercise fixed our bodies. 3. Current. Anxiety. Modern technology has improved global safety and prosperity, but it has also created new challenges that increase anxiety. Among them, perfectionism. Today's driven people want to live forever, be happy, cure diseases, and waste no time. Unattainable dreams cause disappointment, rage, sadness, and anxiety. Many people today feel bad about the idea that a perfect life is possible, but this was not true throughout history. People no longer depend on families or clans. They move to big cities to thrive and live alone. Individualism liberates us, but it also leaves us alone, responsible for our problems, and with no one to blame but ourselves. Modern individuals prioritize their jobs, accepting only a decent response when asked what they do. Self-esteem affects performance in a bad economy. Work's focus makes people feel unimportant outside of their accomplishments, which increases suicide rates. If you believe that success is solely the result of talent and hard work, then those at the bottom should inevitably fail. This turns poverty from bad luck requiring help into personal incompetence, complicating failure. The media, anger, disaster-related and insane stories make society seem crumbling, everyone nasty, and the world dangerous. Many people hold the belief that the media's mockery of failed individuals should prevent us from pardoning them. Nature gave us a new perspective and highlighted non-human items. Living in concrete cities with millions of people and believing humans are the most important things has made people feel claustrophobic and anxious. With no non-human reference points, everything that goes wrong in the city seems important and fills the horizon. Easy faith, trust for anxiety, basic trust, is the most important psychological achievement. This means believing that mostly things will be fine even if you don't know, have full control, or face unpleasant risks. Hard times, sorrow, and despair will come, but you know you can overcome them. Basic trust is faith, a strong belief in one's ability to persevere without proof. This confidence is usually inherited from someone with basic trust and claims to improve quality of life. This person would stay calm, see the big picture, interpret with compassion, and console during spills, knocks, job changes, or upset children. Kids learn to trust others by seeing examples like these. Many did not have such childhoods. Adults can learn basic trust by thinking, being patient, and reflecting on their lives. Though you don't know what it is, this approach can help you feel stable, take risks with others and yourself, become less afraid of new people, and accept that you can handle the future. Different anxiety types. Psychological trauma can cause intense, persistent anxiety. Trauma brings back a terrible childhood event one couldn't handle. This damages the brain's ability to distinguish small from large risks, making most things scary. Meeting a scary bear as a child symbolizes keeping an inner alarm on 24/7. Traumatized people draw bad conclusions about everything, fearing both the initial danger and minor issues. Trauma often fades from memory because it was too painful to process. However, it causes chronic anxiety and a distorted reality. Traumatized people may not realize they are overly afraid. They may think everything is scary. Comfort does not. Address impending disaster and excessive vigilance, key indicators. To overcome trauma, you must question your illogical emotional reactions and distinguish between emotions and reality. Instead of worrying about the future, individuals should seek to understand their past trauma, often with assistance from others. Learning about history puts fear in its place. The present will lose its immense power. A surprising cause of anxiety is self-hatred. Some people think the world will punish them if they don't like themselves or deserve it. A constant fear of rejection, failure, or embarrassment may result. Hating yourself can become a pattern you may not realize is hurting you. Self-esteem surveys can reveal how much you hate yourself. Unreasonable arguments against anxiety are suggested. Instead, practice self-compassion, recognize one's right to live, and realize past neglect was undeserved. Anxiety can conceal self-hatred. Triggering and anxiety. Triggering refers to the phenomenon of overreacting to current events with an emotional response that is more aligned with painful past experiences than with the present situation. The mind is designed to remember past feelings, especially painful or unrepresentative ones. Rapid triggers cause panic, shut down rational thinking, and confuse agitated assumptions with reality. Personal histories shape our expectations, filtering the outside world. This lost past usually raises anxiety or anger above 510. To stop being triggered, you must learn to distrust your first strong emotional urges and distinguish them from reality. Talking to fair-minded people can help you respond. Knowing that parts of yourself, possibly from childhood, are struggling can help. It helps to distinguish these parts. Being mature means knowing what causes self-harm and believing that adults can survive despite their experiences. Intense anxiety can prevent self-reflection. It can also be a smoke screen for something more painful or awkward. Being late for a flight or having financial problems may be easier to handle than being unhappy in a relationship, emotional confusion, or childhood low self-esteem. Anxiety can prevent more serious pain. A good test for distractional anxiety is, if your mind wasn't full of these anxious thoughts right now, what might you have to think about right now? The response usually reveals the real, often painful, feelings, such as sadness, loneliness, rage, or abandonment, that the anxiety was trying to hide. Many of our concerns prevent us from understanding ourselves, but some are related to outside issues. Suffering for the right reasons relieves anxiety that isn't useful for facing life's challenges. Reputation and anxiety. Social standards determine how strangers view you. It respects but does not love you. Shame or low self-esteem often drives a strong desire for a positive reputation. Formerly embarrassed people seek external approval to compensate. Losing your reputation can be devastating and make socializing difficult. It may also sap your hope. Today's large societies make it hard to recover a bad reputation. Accepting yourself and your circumstances, finding friends who understand, especially those who have failed, and learning from philosophy and nature are key to overcoming challenges. Boethius's Stoic philosophy teaches one to be detached from fortune-controlled items like fame, money, love, and reputation. Stoicism says the only way to find peace is to focus on things you can't lose, like your reason. Dependence on others' approvals causes anxiety and erratic behavior. Good friends are essential for anxious people because company is the best medicine. A true friend has suffered much, so they can empathize with others. Good friends develop humility by admitting their mistakes, allowing them to let go of pride and blame. Knowing that good people can cause bad things helps them forgive others. True friends know that life is unfair and opinions can be wrong. Such understanding makes them doubt society's love standards and lets them love unconditionally. Many good friends are beyond ambition, meaning they no longer need status or approval. Instead, they want to help honest people. Friends humbled by their experiences want to be nice. They are kind, gentle, patient, and funny. Communion and anxiety. Being alone increases anxiety, fear, and shame because you feel awful about yourself. Learning to commune with kind people who have experienced anxiety helps. Sharing your struggles with a group of caring, knowledgeable people can make you feel less alone and normalize your suffering. Seeing your struggles in others' stories can help you feel less alone and more open to help. While common, social events can be difficult for anxious people. Social events can feel strange and stressful due to being watched by many people, possibly running into unwanted individuals, and feeling pressured to look happy in unfamiliar places. Our evolutionary wiring works best in small-known groups. Like people who dislike heights or swimming, anxious people can pretend to dislike parties. Such behavior doesn't mean you're mean. It could mean you want a closer relationship than party interactions, which often involve acting happy and fake. Being social means admitting your flaws. A good host or social event would make it safe to be sad, worried, or desperate. A dislike of parties may indicate a preference for genuine relationships over hollow celebrations. Panic attacks are terrifying events that make deep concern intolerable and seem life-threatening. In certain situations, they can cause dry mouth, racing heart, and a sense of losing control. Seeing things as normal rather than the end helps cope. Instead of fighting fear, embrace it like a wave. Then, consider what caused it, such as a feeling of not being good enough, a fear of success, or a past trauma that left you powerless. The best way is with help. Recognizing one's right to live and succeed helps overcome unworthiness. Understanding that a past trauma can cause panic reduces it. Thinking about how small you are in the cosmos helps put things in perspective and reduces fear. Fear should not control your behavior or keep you from doing scary things. Even if panic causes internal rage, love yourself. Publicity and anxiety. Many people seek attention to feel safe and accepted, which can increase anxiety. When you become more visible, others will always be envious, angry, and hostile, especially if they think they're inferior. Others will slam public mistakes. The ironclad law of publicity is that approval leads to rage. Seeking approval drives genuine kindness from close two-way relationships. Trying to make friends by drawing attention is bad. Anxious and easily wounded people should avoid celebrity, which is vengeful. Being forgotten by everyone is the start of a safe, joyful life with real friends. Everybody has a plan A for their life goals, but life can throw it off. It can be awful. Addressing issues requires the ability to create a plan B. This means accepting that life is unpredictable and people are weak, so plan A doesn't always work out. When the first route is blocked, adults can adapt and find other ways to get there. Finding this ability again shows us that life has multiple paths, helping us cope with job loss and breakups. Learning from those who change their plans after abandoning them may inspire. Love and anxiety. Love relationships are difficult and can increase anxiety. A relationship gives the other person control over your happiness and well-being. Growing up with unstable or difficult relationships can increase your intimacy and loss anxiety. Society highlights the positive aspects of love while ignoring its fears. Afraid lovers don't want to admit it. Instead, they ignore or control their spouse out of insecurity. Being honest about your fears of losing the partner helps, because it acknowledges your vulnerability. Strangely, admitting weakness can strengthen you. Understand that relying on others to make you happy is scary. Openly discussing relationship anxieties can help people live a more loving and relaxing life. Although society encourages individuals to relax, many still have concerns about sex. Being sexually confident and comfortable are major psychological advances. These behaviors often stem from a nurturing childhood that normalizes bodies and desires. Those with sexual desire are weak and mockable. Self-hatred and unworthiness hinder sexual expression and pleasure. Loathing oneself makes it hard to appreciate sex, which causes most sexual issues. Addressing sexual shame requires acknowledging its effects. Many feel bad about their sexuality due to past self-criticism. Shame silences people, so discussing these feelings and finding people who will help without condemning you is crucial. You can assess shame by asking deep questions about how someone feels about their body, how they see things from their partner's perspective, and whether someone could know them sexually and still like them. Accepting your sexuality in love is mature. Get the enjoyable, simple, and pure sex you deserve. Just as infants need a quiet, simple environment to process their experiences, adults need simplicity to avoid mental overstimulation. Ongoing stimulation can cause anxiety. Simplifying also means reducing obligations to free up time. Remembering that mental health is different from physical ability is crucial. At least 7 hours of sleep is needed for mental health. Media overload, which floods the mind with powerful and sometimes negative content, causes mental anguish. Realize you don't need to know everything. Your body needs time to process and clear your head, so eat simply. Organized thinking, like journaling or self-reflection, is needed to manage concerns, pains, and planning. It prepares and clears your mind. Changing expectations to value sanity and kindness over external accomplishments can help one live more peacefully. Visually calm and peaceful surroundings help you relax. They say real knowledge is simple, not thrilling. Many anxious people overthink, trying to predict and control the future. While planning is helpful, many life events are beyond our control. Avoid overthinking by accepting what you can and cannot control. Learn to sleep on the pillow of doubt to achieve this. This book uses philosophical concepts to tell you when to stop thinking about uncertainty. Cows were wise, according to Nietzsche, because they could stay calm and accept their limited knowledge. It means trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way, even without knowing the details. Stoicism recommends facing your fears to manage stress. Detailed consideration of the worst-case scenarios helps you realize you can handle even the worst. A key Stoic practice. Many people feel vulnerable and want health, money, love, and reputation. Stoicism encourages people to consider what they can live without and still manage events. One should consider disasters until they weaken. According to Stoic philosopher Seneca, assuming your fears will happen is the best way to prepare for endurance. Instead of denying negative events, one should believe in one's ability to handle them. Stoicism suggests studying all life possibilities, even the worst. Its knowledge allows a noble, willed death if life becomes intolerable. Offering the knowledge as a backup gives people hope. Stoicism's fortifying, unique, and strange wisdom can help people through tough times. Arrival and anxiety. People desire security by reaching arrival goals like a good job, relationship, or home. The idea that happily ever after solves all problems is false. Anxiety persists after these goals are met. Death alone provides safety. Realizing you'll always worry and never be safe shows you're an adult. The arrival fallacy holds that suffering and fear end at a stable state. This fallacy leads us to believe that acquiring things outside of ourselves will bring eternal peace, but life is full of desire and new concerns. This lets you be ambitious with a humorous distance and reduces envy. Appreciating the trip is important, even though it's only part of the solution given our desire. The goal should be to manage and coexist with anxiety, not eliminate it. Detachment and daily ego investment can help you feel better when you're anxious or worried. These moods, usually found in nature or at night, broaden your worldview. You may disregard daily concerns and view life objectively. You may feel more love for the universe or others. Being detached lets you accept that you cannot control everything and reduces your anxiety about future exposure. Accepting your smallness and the fact that you are only here for a short time can bring you joy and allow you to appreciate the present moment without the typical anxiety thrum. Although they are brief, these moments help you shift your focus away from yourself. Many people want to be happy but don't know how or dread it. They'd rather be sad or anxious. Childhood events like identifying with unhappy loved ones, which makes happiness feel betrayal. Feeling envious when they are happy or associating joy with danger after being let down can cause fear of happiness. Growing up in an anxious environment may make serenity seem unusual. Good events can trigger panic in the deeply ingrained fear mode. This anxiety can lead people to harm themselves because being worried or unhappy seems natural, denying them happiness. Explore your past to understand how anxiety. This behavior became a defense mechanism to cope with the situation. Manic worrying can help one focus on daily issues rather than traumatic events or losses. Help and understanding are needed to overcome the child's helplessness and fear. Finding joy in good times is a psychological feat and a brave act for someone who is afraid. Real bravery involves lowering your defenses and trusting that everything will be all right. Best life for painful people. Many people prioritize other things over making major life changes to reduce anxiety. Imagine an ideal life where calm is the goal to find the patterns and systems you need. People may live with others who want to manage their anxiety in a safe, supportive environment without judgment or pressure. This neighborhood may have a mild climate and easy access to nature. The space would promote self-reflection and connection. Daily meetings would help people share concerns, get to know each other, and reflect. There'd be time to think alone. Psychotherapy can help you manage mental illness, build trust, and improve relationships. We planned a simple routine life, with minimal media and complexity. Relaxing activities like gardening and cooking are appreciated. Sincerity and kindness would matter most. There would be no status race. Since calmness depends on consistency, the community would promote positive habits with routines. A sample daily agenda shows how to prioritize simple chores, connection, therapy, reflection, and rest. This framework was created because calmness takes effort and planning. The School of Life works to help people find serenity and live happier lives.